Hello girls, today we will discuss about ordinal approach. In the last few classes, we have studied what cardinal approach is. A brief introduction of that will be that in cardinal approach, we can actually measure utility. It can be quantified, okay, in terms of utils. Now, ordinal approach is a little different from cardinal approach. Let us see how. So, when we talk about cardinal utility approach, it was criticized for being restrictive in nature. And Edgeworth, who's a famous economist, was of an opinion that measurement of utility in quantitative scale is neither possible nor necessary. This particular idea gave birth to ordinal approach. He believed that all consumer behavior can be measured in terms of preferences and rankings and can be understood using indifference curve approach. Okay, so he was of a belief that all consumer behavior uh, um, can be ranked, okay, can be ranked in order of their preference. Rather than measuring it, we can actually rank satisfaction, right? So that is basically the basic concept of indifference curve. Now let us look at some assumptions of ordinal approach. So the first one is your rationality. Now rationality says that the consumer that we are discussing about is rational in nature. That means that he'll always want more and more of a product. Okay, so that is basically related to rationality. Next is utility is only ordinally expressible. That means we can rank utility, but we cannot actually measure utility. Okay. Next is transitivity. Transitivity is again an important assumption which says that if we are considering a consumer who's preferring A, okay, A over B and B over C, then he will always prefer A over C. So that is being transitive. Okay, so if he is preferring a product A over B and product B over C, then he will always prefer A over C. Okay, that is being transitive. Now consistency basically says if a consumer is choosing A in period B over B, okay, in a period, for example, in this year a consumer is choosing product A, all right, so in the next period also he will choose A only over B, not B over A. So that is being consistent in your choices. If you're liking something in year 1, then you like the same thing in the year 2 also. Next is non-satiety. Non-satiety basically means not satisfied. So consumer will never be satisfied. He will always want more and more of a good. Next is diminishing marginal rate of substitution. It basically, when let us first understand what marginal rate of substitution is. So we can say that it is a rate at which 1 unit of a product is for gaining 1 unit, how much are you sacrificing for the other unit. ओके आप 1 यूनिट गेन करने के लिए एक प्रोडक्ट का कितना दूसरा यूनिट सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे हैं. That is marginal rate of substitution. Now that is diminishing. Now we'll discuss about this in detail in the next sections. Okay, for now just understand that MRS, that is marginal rate of substitution, is diminishing. Now let us discuss indifference curve. So indifference curve analysis or indifference curve was basically used by Hicks uh, to analyze consumer behavior. A consumer facing choice between large number of bundles of two goods tries to maximize his satisfaction by choosing a combination which gives him maximum utility. In the course of decision making, consumer finds out that goods can be substituted for each other and identifies various combination of commodities that gives him equal level of satisfaction. When all these combinations are plotted graphically, it produces a curve called indifference curve. Now, to understand these points, let us look at one illustration. Okay, so with the illustration, let us understand what an indifference schedule is. So indifference schedule is a table which represents various combination of two goods. which yield equal satisfaction to the consumer. Since all combinations give equal level of satisfaction, consumer is indifferent between them. Now let us understand this, that indifference schedule क्या है, एक टेबल है जो वेरियस कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू गुड्स बता रही है. वेरियस कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू गुड्स का क्या मतलब हो गया कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इंडिफरेंस कर्व में देयर इज़ गुड वाई एंड गुड एक्स. ओके, तो इंडिफरेंस कर्व बेसिकली ये बताता है कि जो आपके पास इनकम है, जो भी इनकम है, उससे आप कितना गुड वाई और कितना गुड एक्स के कॉम्बिनेशंस बना सकते हैं. तो वो कॉम्बिनेशंस जो इक्वल यूटिलिटी देते हैं उनको जब आप ग्राफ कर देते हैं, प्लॉट कर देते हैं ग्राफ पे, और उनको जब आप जॉइन कर देते हैं तो जो कर्व मिलता है उसको इंडिफरेंस कर्व कहते हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ये पर्टिकुलर टेबल जिसमें क्या गिवन है हमें, इंडिफरेंट शेड्यूल फॉर टू कमोडिटीज़ एक्स एंड वाई. ओके, सो what are you given with? The A B C D E. ओके, एंड व्हाट एल्स, यूनिट ऑफ एक्स जो हम कप ऑफ टी मान रहे हैं, यूनिट ऑफ वाई बिस्किट्स मान रहे हैं. सेटिस्फैक्शन कितना मिल रहा है, ये कॉम्बिनेशन, ये बंडल जब आप चूज़ कर रहे हो, मतलब कि जब आप 1 कप ऑफ टी और 12 कप ऑफ बिस्किट खा रहे हो तो आपको के लेवल ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल रहा है. फिर 2 कप ऑफ टी 8 बिस्किट्स, 3 कप ऑफ टी 5 बिस्किट्स, 4 कप ऑफ टी 3 बिस्किट्स, 5 कप ऑफ टी 2 बिस्किट्स. जो भी ये बंडल्स है सब में आपको सेटिस्फैक्शन सेम मिल रहा है. ठीक है, जब आप इनको प्लॉट करेंगे ग्राफ पे, ओके, तब आपको इंडिफरेंस कर्व मिलेगा. ठीक है, द कर्व इज डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग कॉन्वेक्स टू द ओरिजिन. ओके, एंड इट yield equal level of satisfaction or equal utility at each point. Okay, as you can see over here, so point A B C D E represents indifference curve, which actually says that हर point पे आपको equal satisfaction मिल रहा है. ठीक है, that is all for today. We'll discuss further about this in the next class. Thank you.